Check 1 2 1 2 check. All right. What's going on, everybody? This is David checking in with Pattaya Pedaling. I am here with Tony. I'm not even sure what his last name is, but it doesn't even doesn't matter. But we got Tony. He's got his own channel. Tony Does Thailand. Not sure if he's continuing it. It's been a little bit, but
I mean, I will talk about it. I mean, I don't know. I got some stuff I got to do, but I took a little break. It was getting a little exhausting a bit there, so I took a step back, a little deep breath. But I got some stuff that I'm planning to do still.
For sure. So we're gonna be we're up here at backyard BS. We're gonna be shooting the shit. Tonight we're just gonna be shooting the shit with the two of us. Actually, we don't know each other too well. We've crossed paths. We have some mutual friends, but we're getting to know each other. So we're all going to get to know each other a little bit better tonight. And from there, we're going to bring on some sexy women for you. Hopefully, we can find some that can hold a decent conversation, right? And we'll bring some guys too, lady boys, everything, everybody and anybody we're going to bring on to this show. So welcome to the first of Backyard BS of many to come. Like I said, we're going to shoot for at least one a week. Eventually might do some live streams and different type of shit, but we'll get that all figured out. So welcome, Tony.
Thank you, sir. Nice to meet you. I think this is the second time we met each other.
Yes, this is. Cheers. We've crossed paths. We both live in the same complex, but we just that's that. But so how long have you been in Thailand?
I've been here. I think like now. I mean, I've been coming here for 10 years on and off. More so recently in the past, like I'd say 3-4 years.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been here for 9 months now. Sort of when I got here, everything was open and everything at home was closed, and then and everything closed here, and then everything opened at home. I mean, everything closed here, and everything was open.
It's been the total opposite. So where are you from originally?
I'm from Toronto, Canada. Yeah. I lived in Toronto pretty much my whole life. That's it. I mean, Canada.
And okay, so your first time coming to Thailand was when?
Maybe I was like, so I'm 39 now. Maybe like 15 years ago actually. I came I did like a backpacking trip.
I
didn't even really know about Pattaya, but doing some research on Thailand and blah 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 blah. I came across a website called Pattaya Addicts. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
And then I started reading, and I'm like, all right, well maybe I gotta check out Pattaya. So my first trip, I did like the backpacking thing. I went up to Chiang Mai. I did like this hill tribe.
Were you
trek.
Solo or with friends?
Yeah, I was solo.
Okay.
I like to travel solo. I've done a bunch of other trips solo. You can just do what you want.
Right.
You don't have to go by, and you're sort of forced to meet new people.
Yeah.
You're forced to,
definitely
get out of your comfort zone. If you travel with people, you kind of just stick together and, do whatever you do together at home. You know what I mean? So I kind of like to travel solo. But yeah, I did like the backpacking thing, Chiang Mai, and then I came to Pattaya for a week, and then that was fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like anyone's first trip, it was an eye opener. I was pretty young though too, so it was a lot to take in. You know what I mean? I mostly just went to Walking Street and partied on Walking Street and clubs and stuff like that.
And
you know what I mean?
what sparked my question into this one? What sparked your interest in coming to Thailand initially?
I just like to travel.
Okay.
It was just, I had done a trip before to Hong Kong, Japan, Australia and stuff, and that was fun. And it was just like, all right. I mean, I like Asia. I like Asia in general. I don't know.
Yeah.
Asian food, you know what I mean? Culture. It's interesting to me. So I guess Thailand just, I can't really remember, to be honest, why I specifically picked Thailand. But I mean, kind of everyone goes to Thailand. It's kind of like one of those places where it's like oh, I'm gonna go backpack Thailand. You know what I mean? So it was just kind of like, all right, I guess I'm going to Thailand. And yeah, it was fun, man. And then after Pattaya, I went south to I went to Samoi, and then I was gonna go to Copenhagen and all that stuff, but I ended up staying on Koh Tao doing some diving, and I was actually gonna become a dive instructor and all this shit.
Ooh.
And I was like messaging my mom, like, Mom, I'm just gonna stay here, become a dive instructor. She's like, do it. And then I was like, okay, I didn't come here to make life decisions, you know what I mean? I came here to just fucking, go on an adventure.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I ended up staying out for about 2 months. It was a lot of fun. And, on my way back, I hit up Pattaya again for another week because I was like, that was a lot of fun. So let me go back there for another week. So, it was great. And then I didn't come back because then I started opening some businesses. So I didn't really have a lot of time to travel. And extra money to travel, like, because it was just like, put everything back into the business, blah, blah, blah,
right.
blah. So I'd say, for a good, like, 5 years or something like that, 5-6 years, I didn't really travel. I did, like, little trips to the States and stuff like that, but not, like, anything, international. So, my traveling, but then once I started traveling again, I came back, and once you come to Pattaya, it's kind of hard to find somewhere else that you like.
Yeah. Actually, I my first trip to Thailand, I had never visited Pattaya. So for me, my first time Thailand, I never really had interest or never thought. I love travel, but I never thought about coming to Thailand. And but I always wanted to live somewhere tropical.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to move to the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Okay.
And so I went and did this volunteer work at what was considered to be a yoga retreat, but it was really a natural plant healing place. We'll just say
hippie shit.
Way out hippie shit, crazy. But anyways, there was this this lady Rochelle. Rochelle, you probably aren't watching this, but I love you. And not in that way, but just as a friend. But no, Rochelle, this place was a 10-bedroom, 10-bathroom, like I said, hippie retreat, yoga retreat place. But she was the in-house massage therapist. And at the time, they were recovering from a hurricane, so we had there was no clients there. And my volunteer work, I was actually doing construction, helping them rebuild a room.
Okay.
Because I did that in the past. So anyways, she kept always saying to me, she's like, oh, why don't you let me give you a massage? Why don't you let me give you a massage? And I was like, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. So then finally one drunken night, I explained to her, like the only massages I tend to normally get are,
happy
the happy ending, so, and then she's like, oh, she's like, have you ever been to Thailand? And I was like, no. She's like, oh, I just got back. I did 6 months of learning. She did some retreat somewhere, I don't know. But she's like, your personality and the way you are, she's like, you need to go travel to Thailand. She's like, you're going to absolutely love it there. So I was like, all right. And I just always kept that in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Long story short, we'll fast forward. I was going to move to the Virgin Islands, start a land out there with 3 tiny houses. Things went sour, so I was going to rent out there at first. Long story short, I had a time to travel. So I said, before I move out to the Virgin Islands.
Like forever.
Yeah. Because originally I was just going to go straight from Chicago to the Virgin Islands because I needed to keep my job in America to show I had income for my mortgage. But once I realized I was going to go out there and rent, I was going to quit my job anyways. So I'm like, I have money. I have time. I'm young. Let me go travel a little bit. Yeah. Rochelle, I'm going to Thailand. And
Thank you.
Yeah, so I booked 2 months.
Nice. Yeah.
2 months, and I was going to go solo. I booked everything alone. I was working a job with, we turn residential garages into man caves.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And my partner we worked for a company, but my partner was my best friend. 27-year-old guy, lives in his mom's basement, never left America. I told him every day, I said, get the fuck out of here. We're going to Thailand. You're going to quit when I quit this job anyways.
Yeah.
So you might as well come to Thailand a little bit, live life. And And so he did. And then we came here for 2 months. My plan was 2 months, go back home for 1 month during the holidays, and then move to the Virgin Islands. I came home for 1 month and then came back to Thailand.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah, I was like, Virgin Islands. For a week, I went home, and actually at the time I was 31, and I moved back in after I sold my house. I had to sell everything. So I was living with my parents for the first time in 13 years.
Yeah.
Which it was actually a blessing. It was awesome, but I was extremely depressed when I got home to Chicago in the freezing cold winter, and I was like, okay, I was just in Patong having wild nights to now sleeping in my parents' guest bedroom.
It's always kind of the case, though. That first week back from Pattaya or from Thailand in general is just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah,
and that sort of got me out here. Now it just got to a point where, I'm over and over and over again. And anyway, sorry.
No.
I
That's
don't want
fine.
to cut you off.
Yeah. So then, like I said, I just canceled Virgin Islands and came back to Thailand, and here we are. 2 years later now.
There you go.
So
yeah, I mean the same similar situation happened to me. I kept traveling, going back, and I was like busting my ass. I at this point I was only doing like 2-3 week trips, so I bust my ass. I worked for 6 months, and then come here and party for 2-3 weeks.
Okay, the 2 week millionaire they call it.
Well, and just like it was like, and then it's just like it got to a point, especially when this COVID thing hit. It was just like, I don't know, my perspective changed a bit. I was like, I'm working all this time. Not saying I'm miserable, but I'm, to go and over here and enjoy myself. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's got to be like a different way. There's got to be like a, you know what I mean? It's like I'm counting down the months, the days to like when I can go on my next fucking trip.
Yeah.
And it's like, what am I doing, dude? Like,
why should you be counting down? Just live it.
Why am I counting down my whole life?
Yeah.
To go for 2-3 weeks, So it kind of flipped my perspective a bit. And it was definitely, when I got here, it was definitely, it was definitely hard to, not hard, but it was going from vacation mode to living here mode. The first like 2-3 months, I was still in vacation mode, which was crazy. I was fucking going out every night, doing whatever the fuck I'm doing every night. And it's just like, and then it's like, slowly, you're like, okay, listen, everything is gonna be here. You don't have to, because you're like, I don't know when this is gonna happen anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, I gotta go. I gotta take advantage right now. And it's like, this stuff is gonna be here. So just chill, take your time, relax. You know what I mean? Pace yourself a bit.
Yeah.
And so I'm finally in that zone where it's like I'm in like a mindset of living here instead of like being in like crazy vacation every day. I gotta take advantage of every second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
so that was definitely a change there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's got to be huge because I was the same way. Because at the first lockdown, I went to Buriram, and I lived in a little village.
Okay, nice.
And when I do take high blood pressure medication, and in Buriram, they could not get me. I was running out of my supply from America.
Yeah.
And the pharmacist told me, he's like, you either need to go to like Bangkok or Pattaya, somewhere where the phalangs are.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. And then, anyways, I had a different girlfriend up there, and we split.
Which is insane, though. Sorry, which is insane because is it? I feel like is it like a rare like a drug?
No, it's super common, just the basic blood pressure medication. But anyways, they had none up there, and they told me he told me Bangkok or Pattaya area where the phalangs are.
Yeah.
So. And I'd never been to Pattaya, and so I was like, all right,
really?
And because in the 2 months when I came here, real quick, a quick breakdown. I went Bangkok for 3 nights, then down to Phuket, Koh Phangan. Then we traveled all south, and then but I just never Pattaya. So anyways, then I found a beautiful place with a ocean view up on Promnock Hill.
Yeah, nice area.
Yeah, and I had no clue what I was getting myself into. I'd just broken up with a girlfriend.
That's a good place to come.
Yeah, so exactly. It was the best decision of my life. Let me tell you, from night one, it was great. I was here 6 hours and was having the time of my life. But anyways,
exactly. Just like, what the fuck?
But shortly after that, I was the exact same as you. I was like, it was a Friday night, and I was super hungover.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, David, you do not need to go out tonight because you live here. This is, you can relax without going out. But sometimes it's a little hard when you're going up to your room, especially in the bass, and you hear the loud music. You're like, oh, what am I missing?
People going in and out.
Yeah, the FOMO for people. People with FOMO, they can't
cut up for sure. I mean, and that's the thing, with the second lockdown that happened. It's almost it's shitty. Don't get me wrong, but I think maybe it might have almost been a blessing in disguise because it sort of forced me to get into more of a living mode than a just fucking party mode. All of a sudden, that stuff's gone, so I gotta sort of take a step back and slow down a bit,
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I mean, I think that helped. But I was here during the first lockdown too. It's crazy because my trip was supposed to be March 20th or something like that.
Okay.
No. My trip, I was coming out here March 24th or something. My birthday's on the 27th. Anyways, I was coming here before my birthday, and all this COVID shit started popping off, right?
Yeah. And that's right.
Right. And so I'm and I've been looking forward to this trip for 6 months. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, yeah. Then all of a sudden, this COVID shit starts creeping up. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Then it starts getting serious. And then I'm at work, and I'm like,
what was your work?
I worked in insurance.
Okay.
I was selling insurance. Yeah. And I'm at work, and I'm like, yo, this shit, everything's gonna get locked down. And I go to my boss, and I'm like, I'm leaving a week early. Can I please leave a week early? Because if I don't leave now, I think I'm gonna get fucked. And she looks at me like, do you have a problem in your brain? I'm like, yes, I need to get the hell out of here. Yeah. And so I pushed, I changed my flights, everyone is like, what are you doing? You don't even know what's going on. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I've been looking forward to this trip for 6 months, bro. I'm going. And it's winter, you know how it is in in Toronto, Chicago, same shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's winter, and it's I'm counting down. I'm ready to go, ready to party. I've been busting my ass at work, saving money, busting my ass. And so I went early, and the head of the company, she worked in our office, so she knew who I was, right? She calls me, and she's like, if she called me the night before my flight, and she's like, we'll cover everything if you don't go. She's like, we'll pay for your flight, anything that you book, you can't get refunded. She's like, we'll pay for it. She didn't want me to go, and I'm like, I appreciate that, but I'm going.
Yeah.
And then on the way there, my dad messaging me. He's like, no, the airport's closed, bro. You're not going anywhere. And I'm like, fucking watch me.
Yeah.
Send him a photo from the plane. He's like, what the fuck? So I get here, and boom, get here, land, go straight. Usually my first night, I'm like, I don't know, I just take it easy. I like to sleep.
Did you have to do any quarantine?
No, this was before.
Oh, this was before. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay.
But I went home. But this is the first lockdown.
For the first one, okay.
Yeah. So, and that's because no one knew what was going on, right? That's why everyone is like, where are you going? Do you know some serious shit's going on right now? I'm like, I'm well aware of it, but I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So I got here first night. Usually I don't go out, but I'm going. I go to iBar, go to Insomnia, party. Next night, everything closes.
And that's it. Yeah, that was it for 4 months.
That was it. Yeah. But I ended up, because then it got a little weird because I wasn't sure about flights. And then, to be honest, I didn't want to go home. I was like, go home for what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go home. Fuck, I'm gonna milk this shit a bit. I can get extra time off work now because they're not gonna question me. They're gonna be like, yo, I don't know if I should be flying right now. I don't know what's going on. But at the same time, though, I was in my brain a little bit like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? But but yeah, so I ended up getting a villa in Pattaya over there. I did a little video on it. I ended up staying there for like 3 weeks, and it was pretty expensive, but like it wasn't like it was like a daily villa.
So then, gone.
Yeah. So I ended up staying there for like 3 weeks. But you know, like back to what I was saying in terms of lockdown, and it sort of changes your perspective.
Yeah.
If everything was open, I would have never ventured off into that area and known what it was. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
Because when you're here on vacation, it's like I'm going walking street, Soi 6, LK, Soi Buakhao. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to these spots, but
Soi Shayapum now.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
just-
exactly. No, but I mean, it's all the same area,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
LK,
yeah,
Soi,
for sure.
Soi Buakhao. Yeah, it was cool because it sort of forced me to get out of my comfort zone a bit, and it was interesting.
So you did go back home though.
Oh yeah. I went back home, and then I worked for another, I guess, I don't know what, 8 months, 9 months, and then
And during that time, were you talking to any Thai ladies when you went back home?
Of course. You always bring a lingerer back where it just, especially when especially with all this shit, it's like nothing's going on. You're bored. You're locked down at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had nothing going on. Yeah, that was fucking stupid. But usually, you have a lingerer because I don't know. Usually, I would do my trips is I would party and then I'd meet someone and then chill with them for like the last week or something and just take it easy a bit, right? Take a step back, and hang out. Do like more like pool stuff, like hang out by the pool, not so much as partying with the fellas every night. And so.
So then,
Yeah,
let's fast forward. Okay, so you went home for 8 or 9 months. Then you're like, I'm coming back.
Yeah, well, then well, that's the thing. So when I was leaving, I was almost in a mindset of like, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay here. Like, why not? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Oh, it's great here.
But exactly, and that's the thing. Like, it sort of took me out of the party mode a bit, and I was like sort of looking around, and I'm like, oh, okay, you could actually live here. It's not just a total fuck show. I mean, it is a total fuck show town.
It's up
for
to
sure.
you how you
Yeah.
like the Thai girls say. Up to you. It's really up to you how you make it. You know?
And that's the thing, right? So it was. I just never had that experience before. You know what I mean? Of outside of just being a total fucking mental case. So I was like, maybe I'll just stay here. This is chill. Maybe I'll find a cheap apartment. I was like looking at condos. You know what I mean? Everything's super inexpensive, and I was like, cool. I'll just wait shit out here. You know what I mean? In the scheme of things, I'm glad I didn't, because at the same time, like I didn't have anything with me. I didn't have any of my camera gear. I didn't have my laptop. I just had my vacation shit. You know what I mean? Like I had my iPad and my phone. You know what I mean? Like when I travel, I don't like to bring too much shit with me.
Right.
And I was like, I don't have any of my stuff with me. So I was like, fuck it. You know what? Let me go home. Let me work some more. Just bank money, and then go back with a bit of a plan. You know what I mean? When shit starts opening a bit. And that's what I did. I actually ended up quitting my job like in September, and then I went to BC to hang out with my brother for a bit because he lives in Western Canada.
Yeah.
And he lived by Whistler, so I was like, I'm gonna go hang out there for a bit because nothing was open here yet.
Yeah, we hate the Canucks.
Fair enough. Toronto doesn't like the Canucks either.
Yeah.
I mean, I was living in Whistler. That was super dope, man. I was
Okay,
snowboarding every day, so that was super sweet. And I got to hang out with my brother. Me and my brother, he was living out
Older
there.
or younger?
Older brother. He's about 5 years older than me.
All right.
And he was living out. He's been living out there for about 5-6 years. So we hadn't really connected in a while. You know what I mean? So it was nice to hang out with him a bit, get to know him again, and that was a lot of fun, man. I had a lot of fun out there, but I was itching to get back out here. I mean. There was times where
you had that yellow fever.
For sure. But I mean, there was times where I was like, it's pretty chill here. Maybe I'll just stay out here. You know what I mean? But I was like, no. The plan was, this is the plan. You know what I mean? I'm fucking sticking to it because I've never actually lived anywhere like outside of Canada either. You know what I mean? Like live. I've gone on vacation
Travel,
2-3 months, or not like 1-2 months, stuff like that. But I've never been like, okay, I'm gonna go live there. You know what I mean? And really sort of just getting a vibe, and that's something I've always wanted to do. I'm not getting any younger, so I figured, fuck it, let's give it a whirl. Anyways, that was a long rant.
It's all right. And then, okay, so you're here now, and let's go with, near future plans?
Near future plans, I'm not sure, man. I mean, during the lockdown, I sort of started the YouTube thing. That was fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, I've always sort of started wanting to do a YouTube thing because I have a bit of a film background. So
yeah, you're editing. I told him this before. Your channel does not get enough views. The editing, the things I watch your videos, I'm like, man, this is way better than my editing. Way better than 90% of these YouTubers here editing, but it just doesn't get the views. So
I mean, I think part of it might have been I've had that channel for like 10, 12 years, and I've sort of just put videos on it over the years. So I've got some followers on there. When I did my scooter stuff before and blah, blah, blah. I think, a lot of those followers might be dormant. People are not interested in my Thailand stuff, you know what I mean? So I don't know. In my mind, I'm thinking maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
And do you... Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Do you want to stay here in Thailand, or do you have plans to go somewhere else?
Definitely the plan is to figure out some sort of long-term situation. I mean, I might be working as a bar manager, see how that goes, it'll be good to build a network and, just grow some roots in Thailand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sort of, you can't grow if you don't, it sounds corny as shit as I'm saying it now, but you can't grow if you don't have some roots, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
If you open something, who's going to support you? If they don't know you, no one's going to come around, you know what I mean? So being a bar manager is, probably a good way to meet a lot of people that live in the area, and it'll be fun, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what's up.
Now I have to ask you, from seeing your channel, you did have a sandwich shop before.
Yeah.
And some of those sandwiches look delicious. I watched that one video of where they came in and did the show on your restaurant. So is there any thoughts crossing your mind on starting something like that here in Thailand?
For sure, man. I mean, sandwiches, probably not. Maybe tacos. I'm super into tacos these days.
I love tacos.
Like fucking
every
real.
Colored taco.
More like authentic Mexican style. If I was to do, just because it's super simple to prep and to sell, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sandwiches tend, it's a little more involved.
Yeah.
You got to get the bread. The bread's got to be fresh. Tortillas last a little longer. The meat, you sort of slow cook it and just heat it up. It would be a better, process to. But I don't know. This is just in my head because I just want to eat fucking tacos every day.
Yeah, I love tacos, and there could be way more. There's some good tacos here, but
all right. Yeah.
I think even if you had just a small little shop that was like a late night thing where somebody could just grab them.
A cart, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Even just a cart, you know what I mean?
You can and. Do you see? There's one guy here in the carts. The carts technically have to be driven by Thai people.
That's fine. I'm not driving the cart.
There is one guy though. He's not Thai. He's driving one, and he wears the sun hat, and then with the built-in mask on his face, and all you can see is his eyes.
Yeah.
And this one girl, when I used to work at Annie Jack's, she used to say he would drive by on the cart, and she's, oh, I love him. He's so sexy. And I was like, I said, I thought you don't like Thai guys, you know? And she's like, oh, he's not Thai. That's why he wears it all. And then one time when she was getting food from him, she took it and she ripped it off, and sure enough,
what kind of food is it?
It's just the basic the 10 baht stuff. The 10 baht barbecue stuff.
Really?
Yeah. You'll probably see him. He sits right out in front of 7-Eleven sometimes. He's always wearing a camouflaged hat with the mask on his face. Yeah, he is I shouldn't say too much, but no, he is not Thai, but he hides it well. He's Middle Eastern of some type of descent, so you would have no clue, and no one ever stops him from doing it. But that's always. I was curious if you were ever going to start one of those out.
To be honest, the restaurant business. My experience it's like a lot of work, and it was just draining. You know what I mean? But out here it's a little different. Like rent is a lot cheaper, labor's a lot cheaper, and that's like the biggest. That's the biggest thing back at home, right? My rent was insane. My labor was insane. You know what I mean? I wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
I was paying minimum wage. You know what I mean? And it was still expensive.
Yeah. That's what kind of insurance did you do?
Oh, I did home and auto.
Oh, home.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, auto here is so cheap. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you pay for your motorbike, but
The motorbike was like I think $30 for the year, but it was like I didn't even know I was buying it. I went to register the bike under my name.
Oh, you have the
Yeah, I put it in my name, and they were like, okay, go here, and they were like, pay. I don't know, maybe it was like $300. I don't even remember. They were like, pay. I was like, okay, and they give me a piece of paper. I'm looking at it. It says, oh, insurance. I'm like, and it's like giving your coverages are absolute useless.
Yeah.
But I do have insurance.
yeah. Oh, you have the compulsory insurance. Yeah.
I don't have any extra insurance.
For the cars, you can get like class 1, 2, or 3. And if your car's over 10 years old, you can only have class 3.
Oh, okay.
So my car's over 10 years old. So full coverage, I'm paying in US dollars a little over $200 for a year.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is, in the States though, your guys' insurance is pretty reasonable compared to what we pay. We pay like insane.
Okay.
We pay like some people will pay like $4,000 a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because we would get Americans come up and they'd be like, "How much?"
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it has to do with we have universal health care, so they don't want the insurance companies. Sure, yeah, we'll give you insurance, and then nothing's covered, and then everything has to be covered by healthcare. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that might have something to do with it. I don't know, but we have very high minimum coverages compared to what you guys. Anyway,
For sure.
Insurance, who gives a shit?
Yeah. So, do you have a girlfriend right now?
No. For what?
Oh, he answered that one really
No
fast.
drama.
No girlfriend.
No, I'm easy.
No no one at all.
No, not interested in having a girlfriend.
Just many friends.
Yes, many friends.
Many friends and
many friendlies, Thai friendlies.
So, what? Oh, many Thai friendlies. Okay. I'll be honest. I found Thai friend when I was single. I'm not single, but I found Thai friendly like horrible compared to other ones.
Yeah, I mean it's not great, but right now. There's not a lot of options.
Well, I thought for me, I don't know if they've changed it, but I downloaded it and used it for like one day. But I just did the free version and it was like telling me I had to wait 10 minutes to send a message again. Yeah. I was like, oh, what the?
Well, I mean, when I used to come here, I would just pay for the month, whatever. It's like $20.
Okay.
And it's just like whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was always a Tinder guy.
Whether I used it or not, it's like. It's $20, you know what I mean?
I was a Tinder guy, and man, I'm not a sexy man by any means, but I felt like a superstar waking up with like 99 plus matches waiting to swipe right.
A lot of ladyboys on Tinder.
Okay. Well, yeah,
which is like whatever. I'm just not my thing.
I'll be friends with ladyboys all the time, but
no, for sure,
I'm never gonna take them to my room. That's that. Unless my girlfriend wants one, she can have one. But
it might be fun.
Yeah, we'll try one day. I told my parents they're coming next week. So I told them they can bring a lady boy, they can take ladies, they can do anything they want.
Your parents know about Pattaya and stuff like that. They know.
Oh yeah, they know. They've watched my YouTube. They understand.
Oh right, yeah. YouTube's very like. You go out and you just see everything that goes on, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but I'll say, my dad is born and raised in Israel, and moved to America when he was 21. Our life, we've been pretty open about things. They're not telling me like their dirty secrets or anything, but like I'm not afraid of sexual things when it comes to that. So. They know of Pattaya and they know of some of the stuff that goes on here. I think they'll still be in a little bit of shock.
Yeah.
I think they're happily married don't get me. They're going to be watching this in 41, 42 years, I would say, and they're happily married. But I told them they could happily bring home someone to join them one night, but. They'll be here for 6 weeks, so
hopefully stuff opens up a bit.
I'm hoping they get the full experience.
Are they going to stay here mostly, or are they going to travel a bit?
They'll stay here. We're going to go to Koh Chang for a little bit.
Yeah, Koh Chang's dope. Yeah,
relax. I've never been.
It's nice. I mean, first time I went was like maybe 5 months ago. This trip, yeah.
So we're gonna relax there for a little bit, all of us, and then they might go up to Chiang Mai, but for most of the time, you know, my mom doesn't care to see the bar; she cares to see my new baby.
Of course, yeah. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. And so yeah, they're coming. That'll be exciting, but. I think come the end of January, it's still, they go home the end of January, it's still winter. Yeah. By that time, my dad will be saying, why the am I going home? He's like, you know, beautiful weather, beautiful women. Hey,
cold beer.
Cold beer. You know, they're not huge drinkers, but,
but
my dad loves his Fireball.
Oh, Fireball's Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah, that cinnamon whiskey. They treat in America people are like Fireball, and then some people, but in Thailand they treat Fireball like it's like gold. You know?
Yeah, well, I guess out here it's like imported stuff is always like you know, like a little like exotic, and to us Fireball's like, oh, who drinks this shit? But a Fireball, I mean, it has its purpose. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not ever trying to drink Fireball all night because I can only imagine that hangover, and if you got to puke, what that would be like, that would just be wretched.
So what is your drink of choice if you were going out for the night?
Jack on the Rocks, or even Sang Some on the Rocks, I don't care. But right now...
just going Sang Some on the Rocks, that's our...
Right now, I just kind of vodka sodas to just, you know, sort of... Because it's not that I'm like a crazy drinker, but it's like, you know, you're just hanging out, you're drinking, and next thing you know, you're fucking wasted. So, I need stuff that, you know, I preferably would like to drink beer, because...
And your Thailand beer of choice?
San Miguel, I guess, or Leo, but I find Thailand beer gives me, like, dog shit hangovers. Like, I just feel terrible in the morning. And, not even in the morning, the whole day, I'm just like, I don't know what it is, but...
No, I don't know if it's true or not, but I was told, and to me this could be completely wrong, but I was told that some of the Thai alcohol has ethanol in it.
Fuck, I don't know.
So who knows? But I'll tell you, it is a totally different drunk.
For sure,
the Thai alcohol.
For me, it's just that it's a crazy hangover. It's just terrible. Yeah. So I find when I stick to vodka sodas, you know, that's a better setup for me than beer. Beer just makes me bloated too, and I get tired. But I like whiskey on the rocks is kind of what I like to stick to. But sometimes it's, you know, just need something that's a little more watered down a bit.
Yeah, I had my one friend that joined me in Thailand. One night we were in Patong, and they had all-you-can-drink Thai alcohol for 800 baht for 8 hours. And this guy, he's
but you don't even need that.
Oh no. He's a big guy, and
it's like 3 bottles.
And I knew he was gonna be doing it. And before we went out, it was funny. Before we went out that night, I was on the phone with my mom. And she said, "Oh, what are you doing tonight?" I said, "Grillo. Grillo. His first name's Matt, last name Grillo. Everybody called him Grillo." I said, "Oh, Grillo's doing all you can drink for 8 hours. It should be an interesting night to see." And anyways, at 4 a.m, I did see him walking back to his room, arm in arm with 2 ladies, well over the age of 60.
Nice. And, just taking good care.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, he has no clue what is going on.
He does not give a fuck.
Yeah, he does not give a fuck at all. All right, so what's our time at now?
Yeah, we're at 40 minutes. We can keep going for a bit.
40 minutes. So any questions for me?
Yeah, I mean, so Chicago, I mean, you mentioned tiny houses. So I think you mentioned that slightly before. So what's the you were super into tiny houses, or what's the situation with that?
Originally, the plan was to move to the Virgin Islands, which is a tourist area, and then do tiny houses out there. So I've done lots of research.
Is that like a thing out there, tiny houses, or
no? It's I mean it's it's
trying to bring it up
nothing.
there.
Yeah, it's unfortunately almost like a third world country, even though it's U.S. territory. So so moving out there was moving to the Caribbean without needing anything, no passport. Well, I have a passport, but no nothing. You know, they go off the U.S. Constitution as far as legal things, but yeah. So I was trying to start it out there, and I did my research, and I've done lots of research on it, and like I said, I do have somewhat of a construction background. My dad has been in construction his whole life. So I've learned a lot from him, and I've done it too previously. So there still is the option to do something like that here. That is my long-term goal. Okay. So right now, right now we're starting with one bar. The goal is, within a year to year and a half. As right now I think Pattaya is going to reopen in a concentrated area. Like this area, Tree Town, LK Metro. And then I believe eventually it will start expanding to where the whole city is busy. So my goal by that time is to be ready to purchase bar 2, bar 3, bar 4. Keep going with the bars.
Are you going to try to stick mostly to this area, or?
I'll go wherever I think wherever I think it's getting hot, and I can find good prices, and I can find legit leases, because I don't know if people have seen the previous videos, but a lot of times you can get some sour leases here. Of course,
yeah. I mean, that's like anywhere, but I mean, I'm pretty sure especially here, because you really don't have a lot of legal recourse when it comes to getting jerked. It's like, exactly, who are you gonna go complain to? They're gonna be like, okay, but just get the fuck out of here.
My dad. I love, like I said, I love my parents so much. My dad keeps bringing up all these. He's so worried about like the legalities of like, oh, someone's gonna sue, someone's gonna do that. I'm like, that's a Western mentality. I'm like, bro. There's like, it's like someone falls and breaks their leg. Well, I'm sorry, but no, I'm sure we can help compensate and all that, but as far as suing goes, it's just really not a thing out here. So, but yeah. So the goal is to get the business started. The end goal would eventually to make almost a resort area out of tiny houses, somewhere on an island, somewhere tropical, and hopefully I can tie them all in together. There was what's it called? That's not the hangover, the sleepover. I don't know, those the groups of hostels, they were doing it for a while. They created like certain hostels in all the different tourist areas. And basically they created programs, you could go and stay from this place to this place to this place, and it was all one package price.
And you could they provide transportation stuff too.
So you could just go from PP Islands to Krabi to Phuket, and you're all, it's already planned for you. Set up. And is that the way I would travel? Personally, no, but some people.
I'm sure some people would for sure.
They all do. I mean, that place was selling out before, so. So if I could do something like that, where I can open up tiny house villages throughout the different areas of Thailand, and then you can create different packages where people could travel Thailand, see all of Thailand, but be staying within your places the whole entire time.
That's cool.
So that would be a goal, and I mean, and the construction side, they don't even need me for it, because the labor and materials here are just next to nothing.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I've definitely noticed that.
People are on. Do you ever watch Everything Pattaya?
I watch a little bit.
So he's doing a segment on this bar. And I'm getting so many. Thank God I have to say, thank God I created a YouTube channel prior to his segments, because. You learn that you get haters with YouTube.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, of course.
So, but if you were like, I'll be honest, if I did not have a YouTube channel and I was watching and reading the comments on Everything Pattaya's videos, I would have been pretty upset, Because, like, I don't mind constructive criticism, but some of these people were just, like, taking personal shots.
Especially out here, I find there's just people that are jealous of people that are out here doing stuff.
Yeah.
Because they wish they could live out here, or they're back at home shitting on stuff, and it's like, at least someone's trying something. At least someone's doing something. Like, but people get jealous, man. It is what it is. Part of life for sure. But
and like I said, I appreciate all the constructive criticism. And yes, I have got way more love than hate. But there is the hate, and that's why I said thank God that...
the hate sometimes sticks out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
More than like, oh, cool, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, great, yeah, okay. So, and then you hear, go fuck yourself. And you're like, wait, why? Why should I go fuck myself?
Yeah, it's like,
what did I do?
Yeah, when they make personal attacks, and they don't even know who I am, it's just like, okay, it's,
And you think about the video, you're like, what part of the video triggered this guy? Like, my video, I was just... rolling around talking to people, like, what are you mad about? Like, what are you so mad about?
Yeah,
but some people are just haters. It is what it is.
Yeah. Like I said, it is what it is.
I learned that when I had the restaurant. We get what social media wasn't as popular when I had my restaurant, but like you get some reviews and shit like that. Some people hate blah 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 blah, or like back then it was like like the restaurant listing things where people will write reviews and stuff like that sort of thing. You get like someone just hating, and you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And quickly I was like, okay, I got over like caring about that stuff, because you can't let that shit ruin your day. You got to keep pushing.
Oh yeah. And what I was trying to get at too was some people they keep making comments like, oh, why would you do renovations on this place? Blah blah. Why wouldn't you just everything was perfect as it was? And which I told him on he's gonna have a new video out soon where he actually interviewed me. People kept saying like, oh, you ruined like a perfect shelving and stuff. Like the first day when they went to demolish the place, they had their sledgehammers ready. And then they realized that it wasn't even real wood, and it was just compressed,
Yeah, like MDF. Bullshit.
Yeah. And literally, it was all rotted and just crumbled in their hands
from like the booze and like the spillage.
And then
moisture.
When you add up everything, if you add up everything to build this bar, the actual labor costs and labor and material costs for them to redo it is less than 25% of the overall cost.
Yeah.
So if you're going to spend all that money on legal fees, speakers, coolers, everything.
And you want people to come in and feel like it's fresh.
Yeah.
You don't want to trust the old bar that, it's the same place as before. It's like, no, this is a new bar. You walk in, you don't even remember you've been here before.
Yeah.
Especially out here, it's like, people walk by and it's like, oh, I already been there. Like, if they're like, oh, I've never seen that place before,
Yeah.
You want it to be like, I get that. I did a lot of renos on my restaurant too, and
no, that restaurant looks. I think you need it. I think he needs a sandwich shop.
Yeah. There's a new Philly cheesesteak place that opened up on near Treetown there. It's actually not bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Philly. I don't know. It's I've been there 3 times this week.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
I've been there 3 times this week.
I had a Philly cheesesteak on our menu back at home when I had my sandwich shop. So I missed that shit. Philly cheesesteak.
And it's in Treetown?
Yeah, well, it's Treetown, and then it's like off to the side. You know where the cave is there?
Yeah.
It's like a couple down from the cave.
Really?
It's some dude. I met the owner today. Some dude from Philadelphia, older dude.
Really?
He's running it with his girlfriend. Yeah, it's not bad. You should try it.
I'm going to tomorrow.
Yeah. Check it out. It's good.
And it's sandwiches or just
Philly? Just Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. He's got like a cheesesteak. You can get provolone or American. I've tried both.
Is the American a white or yellow?
It's like Cheese Whiz style sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't know if it's Cheese Whiz. I don't think it is, because I don't think you can get Cheese Whiz here.
Yeah.
But it's like a Cheese Whiz style. Or I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's, maybe it's not. I'm not sure. But it tastes sort of Cheese Whizzy.
Yeah.
I prefer provolone on my cheesesteaks.
Yeah, I would take provolone too.
It's pretty good though. It's a pretty good portion, and he said he imports the beef from Italy or something. So yeah, I just I like sandwiches. Obviously, I like trying new food spots for sure. I love Thai food, but I can't eat that shit every day. I'll go crazy.
I can eat like one meal of Thai a day.
Yeah.
Sometimes two, but But yeah, it's always good to mix it up.
You need something from home sometimes, you know. You need some pizza or some like. There's no real Chicago style pizza out here, is there?
No. There's nothing like Chicago style pizza here.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. I worked for Domino's for 9 years of my life. Which Domino's, yes, is garbage pizza. Well, it's not garbage, but
it's especially bad out here though. I like Domino's at home.
I've never tried Domino's here in Thailand.
It's not good.
But I've never tried it, and I was gonna open up a Domino's actually a long time ago, but I never did. But I worked my way up all the way through there. Yeah, thank God. And then when I first came to Thailand, I was like, oh, they need a Domino's in Patong.
Yeah.
I was spending a lot of time in Patong. And I still think a Domino's there could do somewhat decent if they marketed it right.
No, but the Domino's here tastes different. The sauce is like, I don't know if you notice like the Thai pizza, the sauce is like super sweet.
Yeah.
That's Domino's. It's not like Domino's at home. It's like it's like Thai. It's like for Thai style.
Yeah.
It fucks it all up, dude. It's like, I can't eat it.
Yeah.
Pizza Company's not bad. Pizza Company, the sauce is less sweet. But yeah, for me, the New York pizza. That's my jam. Bronx is good too, but I prefer New York pizza.
All right. And speaking of pizza, we're gonna try getting Poppy, the pizza lady, on later, maybe next week, the week after. For all you people that just want to see some sexy Thai girls, well, I don't know if you guys want to. Yeah, she's all right looking.
Poppy the pizza lady.
Yeah, Poppy the pizza lady.
I don't know who she is, but all right, I'm ready.
She's the infamous pizza lady from Buzzin' Pattaya. She's a good friend of mine. We might get her on. We're gonna get many more people on. We're gonna grow this show. We're gonna grow this channel, and we're gonna make some awesome material. There's going to be some fun videos coming out, and the goal, which I think I told, I met with Tony one time before. I do want to make a video where we get once we have enough subscribers and we're making some money, we're going to get a virgin out here into Pattaya, and we're going to get like a virgin that's like never kissed a girl. And we're gonna groom him for about 1 week, and because obviously you can get to Pattaya and you can lose your virginity within.
We'll get him on some Skype calls and shit like that.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna groom that. We're gonna find a ripe one. We're gonna groom him, and this channel is gonna be a lot of fun. So I think we'll call it a day for now. And we will see you guys next week. Any final thoughts?
No, man. I'm excited. Let's go. See what's up.
Let's fucking go. Oh. So, the bar backyard should be opening the beginning of the year. It's basically finished. We got the pool table coming next week. The coolers came today. Things are looking good.
And they know where it's at.
So
right at the opening.
Right there past Triangle Bar, Canterbury Tales. You'll see the bright lime green sign out in front of it. So we look forward to meeting all of you. I'll be here most nights. I'm sure Tony, if he's not working at another bar, he'll be popping in and out. You can meet him. But like I said, we'll continue these videos. We'll continue growing. So other than that, I got nothing. So I'll see you guys later.
See you next time, next week. See what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we get.